my lab is interested in understanding why we have inflammation. And in context, Irish children have the fourth highest prevalence of asthma in the world. So if you're in Italy, it's less than 10%. In Ireland, it's actually up to 30%. So it's a very specific question. Why suddenly do we have allergic diseases? And the way I'm addressing it is trying to understand the processes that go wrong that leads to allergies. Now, these processes, if they go wrong in your skin, you might get atopic dermatitis, eczema. In your lung, you might develop asthma, or indeed in your intestines, you might develop inflammatory bowel disease. So these processes is where inflammation goes wrong. And I'm trying to find out why it goes wrong, so therefore we can actually develop new treatments to exploit it. Now, this new discovery, what we've identified is that a cell called a pneumocyte, which is the early event that leads to inflammation. We've looked at this cell and we found a gene, a marker that is expressed in it, and this gene is needed for it to cause the responses that lead to inflammation. Now, what is significant about this is that while we're doing the work just published, our group in the UK looked at a huge population of people with asthma, and they were asking the question, in people with asthma, what genes predispose that it makes them more susceptible to get asthma? And one gene they described is called ROR alpha, and that's the very same gene that we've now shown is not only present in these cells, but also is essential to drive the responses that can lead to allergic inflammation. And now this opens a whole new avenue, because current treatments for asthma and allergies, they work, but they're not satisfactory. People are looking to find out new ways, new avenues to develop treatments. Now we have a complete new parameter to enter to develop treatments. And the next steps now is to work out how can we exploit this. So we're now continuing our research in Trinity, but I've also started a laboratory in the National Children's Research Centre in the Children's Hospital in Crumlin. And the reason why we're moving near the hospital is that it's now the time to actually look into patients. So now we're doing research, looking at patients and trying to use this information to develop the new treatments for asthma and other allergic diseases.